Hi, how are you all doing? I hope you're all well. It's been a minute. I know I literally said in the last Cosmic Vortex video that I was going to actually upload regularly on this channel this year, and that was about 3 months ago. I'm sorry. I messed up. I know. I'm sorry. The point is, I haven't really felt like doing much YouTube work on any channel in about 3 or 4 months now. I've done some uploads on my main channel, Red Archer Live, for Payday 2 game updates, and that is about it, which is very few and far between. I'm finally actually kicking back off into YouTube content, and then I'm going to record this, and then right after I'm going to record a return video for that channel. So I'm kind of getting back into the swing of things now, and I kind of need to, because the only thing I've done for YouTube is a podcast for Doctor Who that I'll mention in a minute, because I said to my co-host I was going to announce it when we started, and we've already had 8 episodes now, so I'm really finger on the pulse. No, I'm going to interrupt now because I finished recording the video and I should have mentioned it way sooner, but there is a podcast I've been doing with Crispy Pro, another Doctor Who YouTuber. More details at the end of the video, but it's called Who's There, a Doctor Who Podcast, and I'd love it if you wanted to check it out. It's had a really good response so far. People are really saying they enjoy it, and I want to see what everyone else thinks of it. So go give it a check. Links are in the description, YouTube channel, audio platforms, all that stuff. Would really appreciate it. Okay, on with the video. But I have to do a video to talk about that Centenary trailer because I've watched it about 6 times now, and I don't think I can process everything that happened in it. Like, I could talk about Legends of the Sea Devils in a separate video if you all want to see that, in the way I did my Eve of the Daleks review. I'm quite happy to do that. It wouldn't be till tomorrow or the day after. But the Centenary to me is what stood out, because I liked Legends of the Sea Devils. I'll just say it right now. It was a good episode. Not one of my favourites of Jodie's era, but I did still enjoy it. Still had a good time with it. But the Centenary trailer, because I just kind of want to have a short video to throw my thoughts out there and kind of skim my stone across the pond. There's your reference. There's your reference. Because there's so much going on. We have to first address the fact that we have Tegan and Ace coming back, classic companions. Apparently some people knew that was happening, or maybe it leaked or something, but I didn't have a clue. So I'll be honest, I only recognised Ace when I first saw her. I didn't actually recognise Tegan. I have almost no classic knowledge whatsoever. I know like most of the companion names by this point, but I've barely seen any episodes. So I know Ace because she was kind of like the final companion and was in a lot of ways the template for Rose Tyler, I think Russell T Davies has said a few times. So I know of Ace. I've seen bits of her. So as soon as I saw Sophie Aldred on the screen, I literally leapt out of my chair and went, Ace? Hello? I was like, what is going on there? But her and Tegan coming back, that's brilliant. Kate Stewart, very, very glad to see that Flux wasn't the only time we're going to see her, because I really liked her coming back in Flux. It's just very good to see Gemma Redgrave back. I love her. She's so good as Kate, and I know a lot of people feel the same way, so it was really, really good to see her show up. But the biggest twist for me, honestly, personally, is Ashad, the lone Cyberman. I did not think that was going to happen. I thought he was dead. I think everyone thought he was dead. Quite unceremoniously killed by the Master. I didn't mind his death, but I was always kind of sat there going, you know what, we had a really good, possibly the best villain that Jodie's era has created out of the original monsters, like returning monsters. That lone Cyberman concept and everything about him I absolutely adored. And I was just kind of like, well, I guess we got him for 3 episodes. Shame we're not going to get him again, but maybe that'll make him better just being in that one kind of chain of stories. But no, he's back in the Centenary, which is very, very cool. I love that whole concept, and I'm very glad to see him come back alongside the Daleks. Didn't see that coming. I thought since they were in Eve, that would be the yearly contractual obligation thing out of the way and done with. But maybe they'll only show up very briefly in a way that they did in Time of the Doctor for Matt Smith, where they kind of are there and they're not really there. We've got the Master. I'm going to say it right now, because I apologise, because I realised that I'm like 2 minutes into this recording, 3 minutes into recording, and it's just me throwing thoughts at the wall. What a great return to YouTube, am I right? But Sacha Dhawan has become my favourite Master. I'm just going to say it, because I've kind of had it on my mind for a while now. I love John Sim and I love Michelle Gomez. I will never stop loving them both. But there's something about Sacha Dhawan's manic energy that I have really, really like attached myself to. And to see him coming back, to see him get to play the Master one more time, hopefully not the last time, but if past patterns are to be, believed with, era changes and showrunner changes, it probably is going to be his last appearance. I'm going to be very sad, but I'm also going to be glad to see him be back just once more. And also with the weird kind of outcast look at the end of it with the long hair and the beards, that was different. I'm kind of feeling that. I don't know, that was cool. It feels like one of those cases where you saw a lot, but also know very little. Do you know what I mean? We kind of have an idea, there's the tease, no regeneration is forever, no life is forever, and we get little shots of different things, but we also got screenshots and things to talk about on there. For one thing, the spacesuit is back. I'm very, very glad that Jodie Whittaker continues the pattern of every single modern Doctor. Bar Eccleston, RIP, but the suit didn't exist back then, so I guess that doesn't really count. But from Tennant onwards, we've had at least one episode where every modern Doctor has worn that spacesuit, and I'm very glad that Jodie's continuing the pattern. She looks good in it. It's a cool thing, and Dan gets to wear it as well, with a weird bullet hole in the front of the helmet, which is interesting. That's a bit odd. But we've got those screenshots, we've got Kate Stewart images, we've got Cybermen dragging Kate Stewart away. We've got Yaz with a gun. That's, you know, don't threaten her. Space lover, not lover, whatever is going on there, because I really thought they were going to kiss in Sea Devils right at the end there, but it'll happen in the Centenary. I have faith. I have faith that the Thassies will get their reward. But also, shout out to the homie Vinder. I'm really glad he's coming back. Am I the only one? I loved Flux. I know there's some people who were kind of on the fence and some people who didn't like Flux, especially the ending, but Flux is probably one of my favourite seasons of the show now. A lot of you know my two favourite seasons are Series 4 and Series 10. I'd say Flux is third, genuinely. It was such a cool little mini story, and I love Jodie, I love John Bishop, I loved all the different villains popping in and out, and I loved just the kind of how different it was, and how it genuinely was a kind of a step apart from everything Doctor Who had done before in a lot of different ways, and it meant a lot to me, and I really, really liked it. And Vinder was one of those coolest characters that I genuinely really liked. I thought he was a really cool dude. I know people hoped he was going to be like a Time Lord from the Academy or something, or some kind of tie into Division, but he wasn't really. He was just a dude. That didn't bother me. I really liked him, and I'm glad to see he's coming back. Maybe that means we'll see Carvanista and Belle. I like Belle. Belle was a badass, and if Vinder's coming back, hopefully she does as well. But the only thing I haven't mentioned, which I've saved to last intentionally, is that last shot of the 13th Doctor regenerating, which I've watched Crispy Pro's video, my mate Crispy, who, again, I'll mention the podcast in a minute that we're doing together. I'm teasing it, but we'll get there. I've just watched his reaction before recording this video, and he made a very good point that I was kind of thinking myself anyway, was that probably isn't going to be a regeneration. It's probably going to be a Lie of the Land level bait, where it's like, this is a regeneration kind of thing, regeneration style VFX, but probably isn't how she actually regenerates. We don't even know how the regeneration's going to go yet. We don't know if it's going to fade to black. We don't even know the 14th Doctor. I am hoping what they'll do is they won't reveal the 14th Doctor, and in that episode she'll regenerate into them and cut to black. It might mix up the usual formula of everyone being like, oh, I knew you were coming, go away, I'm too busy being sad about the last Doctor. You know, I would kind of like it to be, oh, I am really sad, but also this is a surprise and I kind of like it. What's going on? Who is this person? Do I know them? You know, is it Lydia West? I don't know whether I've mentioned on this channel before that Lydia West is who I want to be the 14th Doctor, but she is, so enjoy that morsel. But just that shot, the emotion, the same way I got a lump in my throat when Time said to 13 at the end of Flux that nothing lasts forever and that she was going to go soon. The 13th Doctor has become one of my favourite Doctors of the entire show. I think I hold her right up with David Tennant and Peter Capaldi. Like, those are my trio of, like, my favourite Doctors, the three of them. And on any given day, I could tell you why I love any one of them more than the others. I honestly could quite easily. But it's just going to be really heartbreaking to see her go. I'm not ready for that. I'm genuinely not. I'm just very excited to see how that special goes. And that concludes my ramblings on this episode. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to edit this much, to be honest. It might just be literally ramblings of me talking about this. What a great way to return to YouTube. I didn't even say like and subscribe at the start of the video. What am I doing? What am I doing? I have no idea. If you're watching this, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I really, really do. This channel, I said, was going to be a passion project, and I was going to try and upload more on here this year, and I'm very, very sorry I haven't kept that promise, but I'm going to do my best to change that going forward. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, uploads every week, because that's probably not going to happen, realistically. But whenever there's something where I go, you know what, I want to talk about this, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to get the video out. I recorded a video for this channel a month and a half ago, 2 months ago now, talking about meeting Jodie Whittaker, and I was literally going to upload it that week and just didn't do it. I don't know why. There was no real reason. I started editing it and just never finished it. I've now met David Tennant at the start of this month, and I could do a video on that. So I think what I'll do is I will put up the video of me meeting Jodie Whittaker. It'll be super duper late, and I'll apologise at the start of it. But I'll put that up. I'll do a video about meeting David Tennant if you lot want to see that, and whatever else you want to see me talk about, Doctor Who, Marvel, Star Wars, whatever it might be. If there's anything you want to see me talk about, a franchise that you think I might be interested in that I haven't spoken about, let me know. Because this is kind of like my corner where I just shout out what I like that isn't gaming centric, and I want to make the most of it. I really, really do. So thank you all for watching, and I should have mentioned at the start, and Crispy will probably kill me for not doing that, but my thoughts are all over the place. Maybe I'll slide something in at the very start, but I don't know. But I have been doing a podcast for the last 8 weeks with Crispy Pro, one of my friends who is a Doctor Who YouTuber and is one of the biggest names out there in Doctor Who YouTube content, and rightfully so, because he's an absolute class act. But I hit him up a while ago and said that we should do a podcast. He said yes. We've started doing it. It's called Who's There, a Doctor Who podcast. It's got its own YouTube channel, its own Spotify page, Amazon Music, Apple Music, Google Music pages, all that stuff. The links for everything relevant is in the description. Please, please, please go check it out. It has been a passion project of ours for a few months now, and the reception has been really good so far, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. And obviously the next episode we'll talk about Legend of the Sea Devils, and I'll hopefully be a bit more coherent about my thoughts on the Centenary trailer. So that is about it. Thank you all very, very much for watching. I do greatly appreciate it, and I will see you all very soon with a new video. Make sure you drop a like if you've enjoyed, and subscribe if you haven't already, to watch my future ramblings from the gaming YouTuber that decided he wants to do non-gaming stuff on a different channel and then didn't upload on it anyway. So what was the point? Hopefully the point will be this year I actually do some decent stuff. So stay tuned, okay? Stay tuned. Much love to everyone who's hung around. I appreciate you all a great deal, and I'll see you all very soon. All right, peace.